Good evening and welcome to the November 6, 2013 Town Board meeting. I'll officially call this meeting to order. And I'll ask that we please rise for the pledge. And tonight we have a number of gentlemen out here with various caps and representation of various armed forces. And I would ask that if you would please lead us in the pledge tonight.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I ask that everyone please stand tonight. Some sad news. Ona Embrey, who is a member of this community, passed away last night at the age of 93. Ona Embrey, her husband Hi, very well known for Embrey's Restaurant in the Four Corners, which is now Angus Steakhouse. They were also involved with Liberty Hollow with their sons for a period of time, which was their family home at the time that was converted. And this is an individual, a person that had a lot of impact on this community. And I would just ask if we take a moment and have our thoughts and prayers to the Embrey family. Just another comment, visitation will be this coming Saturday at Jennings Knowlton Funeral Home from 4 to 7 p.m. Graveside service will be on Sunday the 10th, and that will be at noon at Oakwood Cemetery. And again, Ona Embrey, born April 4th, 1920, passed November 5th, 2013 at the age of 93. Okay, I would ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Cole. Here. LaFountain.
Here.
Metzler. Here. Moore.
Here.
Quinn.
Here.
Thank you. We'll move on to our communications and announcements. This evening, we have Captain Dick Freitas that would like to grab a couple of minutes and talk about a program as part of our DEAR program, Daytime Education at Recreation. Dick has been doing a number of these, or has had his hand in a number of these different programs. LaSalle was one that I participated in, and he's done a few others. So, Mr. Freitas, the floor is yours.
Okay. Is this on? Am I on here?
Perfect.
I have a couple of handouts, so I'll just go that, and then I'll come back here.
Okay, that would be great.
These are some pictures that I'm cleaning out of the town stuff. I have more, and I have a couple of these. You can purchase the booklet from our rec department.
Thank you, sir.
This is our agenda, our program for this Sunday. Okay. This Sunday, you know, we've done, when I look at the murals here, we did LaSalle a couple times. We took care of that. The second mural, I think, has to do with the War of 1812, but I'm probably wrong. If I ask Maud or somebody else that knows, we might get an answer. I don't think we'll ever do the ones over there, but it's my pleasure to be here to maybe answer a couple questions regarding what's going to happen Sunday. I'll briefly go through what we're going to do. We've got a couple Penfield people that are on our speaker table. Lou Singer, who does some of the posters, is given a lot of time. Christina is a researcher from Brooklyn. She lives here down in Panorama, and she's very good at, she's going to talk about Dolly Madison and so forth. And this program that I gave you also has in the center the burning of Buffalo. And we have a professor from Fisher, Tim Madigan, who's from Buffalo. he's going to be talking about some of those details. But anyway, there's 3 reasons why I'm here. The first reason I already gave you. That's the War of 1812. If you have any specific, you're welcome to join us at SCIP, the Recreation Center, and we sit around the table. If you don't know the format, and nobody's really an expert, and we kind of give out a couple assignments, and it's kind of fun. We all learn, and I like to emphasize local history. You know, the Civil War is great. There's a lot going on in the Civil War. But about 10 years ago, I decided, you know, what about the War of 1812? What do you remember from your grade school or whatever about the war? And so, but there's a lot of local stuff that happened. There was a militia that went from Penfield to Charlotte. So we're trying to dig into that a little bit and what they did and things like that. It's kind of great. The second reason, and if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer those. But the second reason is I want to publicly thank the Penfield Recreation Department, Chris Bilow's group, Pam. Without Pam, you know, I'm not going anywhere. And Pam, she was supposed to be here tonight, but she had something else. If you would ask Pam, she says, well, this is the last thing I do with Frida's, which is good, you know. And but it's great. Carol, Paula, all of them, Sabrina, and
Chris.
It really is great that we have these people that really all chip in. The third thing is some things that I see coming projects, like a South Point project at the south end of the bay. I'm getting excited when I see the land clear and some of the things that will be going up there. It's definitely a place that I'm going to want to visit more often. And I might even talk to the Daniellis about doing some volunteer work for them. I don't know what. But and the impact on LaSalle's Landing, because I think it's going to bring people. And I'm also excited about what the county tells me, the county parks, regarding Abraham Lincoln Park. And I just talked to Dan a little bit. There's some money, I guess, to finish the master plan that Tom Robinson did down at the waterfront. And we did a lot of stuff up on Empire, but I think the potential, it's a beautiful setting, and it's unique. So these projects, to me, I think are really great, and I hope that I can see a lot of them finished by my 80th birthday, which is in 15. That's about it. If there's any questions, I would be glad to have you join us Sunday.
What time on Sunday, Dick?
1 to 3. At 3 o'clock, actually at 2:30, the Penfield Heritage is going to do a thing on Frederick Douglass, why he got smoked out of Penfield, or how he got smoked out of Penfield. And so we're hoping to finish in time for that. We do have Katie Evans' father-in-law coming to talk about the Navy and what they did with some ships that are wrecks from the war. And we'll have a great time. Thank you for your time. I usually watch you at home, and this is kind of a treat to be out here.
It's great. It's great that that you came out and actually joined us. I'd also like to say that in panel 2, the gentleman in the foreground with the green vest is Daniel Penfield, and that was Daniel. That was Daniel Penfield in 1809. So I'm drawing on my second grade class that I do here every year, actually making the deal to help settle this area and become Penfield, you know, as we know it in 1810.
Brush aside and see what Daniel thought of the War of 1812 and what impact that might have had on him.
Right.
So, you know, I pushed Kathy a little bit to, you know, let's dig into this a little more, but it's tough, but it'd be good to kind of, you know, pass that along if we find out some stuff. But That's great.
Excellent.
Thank you for your time.
Dick, thanks. Thanks for the photos. I'll add this to the other 33,000 that you have dropped off to me to date. We'll get them. We'll get them into the proper department. So, I think Dick Freitas actually kept Eastman Kodak Company going from about the early '80s through the mid '90s. So, single-handedly.
Well, you know, I don't like to throw too many things away, but the prints that didn't come out really are good places to put notes. So I have a few of those. That's about 10% of my shooting. Are pretty dull stuff, but anyway, Kodak, you know, was a great run. Did you want to ask me something about that book?
Do you need this back?
I would like to have it back unless you would like to purchase it. So if you want to look at it for a few days, it's $15.
I think you know someone very close to me in my family who might be interested in this.
It's really a great. It's brand new. Just came out by the Seaway people, and it really tells what happened around here. And read it and give it back if you don't want to purchase it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Dick. Thank you. And I noticed that you've got a number of books in here on the Seaway as well, and those are part of the package.
Yeah, those are free.
These are free.
Yeah, we got plenty of those.
Thank you.
We'll
make these available as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dick. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll move on to Amy Steckloff, Communications and Announcements.
Okay, thank you, Tony LaFountain. I have one announcement tonight, but before that, I would like to congratulate Councilman Andy Moore, Councilwoman Paula Metzler, Supervisor Tony LaFountain, and Town Justice Jim Mully for running such a successful and positive campaign. It was a team effort, and I thank all residents who came out to vote yesterday. We have great people on the town board who care about this town and have made a strong commitment to the residents of Penfield. I myself look forward to 4 years providing great customer service to everyone. So I do want to thank everybody on the team. They really worked hard and they did a great job.
Congratulations to yourself as well.
Thank you. My one announcement tonight pertains to the Department of Environmental Conservation's automated licensing system known as DCALS. The extended application period for deer management permits began November 1st, and due to a programming error, the wildlife management units erroneously closed. If you did not receive the selection you wanted, please contact the DMP hotline at 1-866-472-4332. And that's all I have tonight.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Quinn.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. Penfield Recreation, in conjunction with the Penfield American Legion Bremen Post, will hold a Veterans Resource Day tomorrow, November 7th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Penfield Community Center at 1985 Baird Road. This event is free and is an opportunity for veterans to talk with representatives from local and state veteran organizations and agencies. Free coffee and donuts will be served, and a welcome kickoff will begin at 10:15 as our guest representatives give a brief description of their area of expertise and then offer participants time to speak with them directly at their designated tables. On hand will be the Monroe County Veterans Service Agency, Veterans Outreach Center, Honor Flight, Fairport VFW, Penfield American Legion, and the Veterans Association. Many universal questions can be answered at this event, such as medical benefits, burial benefits, town tax benefits, county discount cards, New York State benefits, obtaining service ribbons and medals. There will also be an opportunity to learn how to find and connect with other men and women who served with you using internet search sites created specifically for this purpose. A special half-hour presentation, The Serendipity of War, Stories from World War II by Ken Andrews, will be presented at 11 a.m. The Legacy at Willow Pond will provide free lunch for all veterans and their spouses at 11:30. The luncheon will be followed by a special presentation from Honor Flight at 12:30. If you have questions, please call Penfield Recreation at 340-8664. Second announcement this evening, just a reminder, winter parking rules are now in effect. beginning start November 15th and run through April 1st. This means no parking is allowed on all roads and highways between 2 a.m. and 7 a.m. to permit highway crews to safely and effectively plow and maintain roads. Again, it begins November 15th. It's between 2 and 7 in the morning. Thank you in advance for your support. And just quickly, I'd like to congratulate my brother-in-law and his wife. At about 6 o'clock this afternoon, we just found out that they had their second baby boy. So my second nephew, Henry Forrest. Everyone is well and relaxing, but it's pretty exciting. It's going to be a very hectic holiday season with four grandkids under the age of 5. So looking forward to that. So those are my announcements this evening.
Thank you.
The Penfield Players will be presenting their fall comedy Born Yesterday by Garson Kanan and directed by Tom Big and Jerry. Born Yesterday was originally produced in Broadway in 1946, then adapted into a very successful film in 1950 starring Julie Holliday, William Holden, and Broderick Crawford. Performances of Born Yesterday will be held Fridays, November 1st, 8th, 15th, and Saturdays, November 2nd, 9th, and 16th at 8 p.m. at the Penfield Community Center. Tickets are $15 at the door and $12 in advance at penfieldplayers.org. My last announcement is something that many residents eagerly anticipate every year. The rental of the town lodges, Harris Whalen Lodge or Dolomite Lodge, for 2014 dates will begin on Wednesday, December 4th at 10:30 a.m. You may do this online at penfieldrec.org or in person at the Recreation Office. You will need a username and password in order to reserve a lodge online, so please make sure you set this up with their office before December 4th if you do not already have a username and password. So if you're interested in renting a lodge for 2014, they fill up very quickly, particularly weekend dates. So December 4th at 10:30 a.m. will be the shotgun start for reservation of lodges. And that's all I have for today.
Great. Thank you. Just a couple of noteworthy items. This coming Monday, Veterans Day, town offices will be closed. And as we move into November, the 28th and 29th, Thanksgiving Day, and that Friday after, the offices will be closed as well. Mr. Moore, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. There will be a free guided hike at Webster Park on Saturday, November 9th. Please join the Penfield Trails Committee with Friends of the Webster Trails to explore the Lake Plain habitat. The hike will be from 10 a.m. to noon. Look for the hike signs on Holt Road. You can always get information at penfieldrec.org. Also, come celebrate the holidays with us on Friday, December 6th. The town of Penfield will have our annual family holiday event at the Penfield Community Center with games, crafts, photos, and Santa will be present for the kids. Music will be there and more fun. Check online at penfieldrec.org for upcoming details of the event. Again, the holiday celebration on Friday, December 6th. Thank you.
Councilwoman Gold.
Good evening. I have two announcements. The Penfield Recreation Department is working in conjunction with the local chapter of USA Track and Field to host the 2013 USATF Niagara Association Junior Olympics Cross Country Championship on Sunday, November 10th at Rufus Park, 1648 5 Mile Line Road. The event is for students age 8 to 18 and will include 2K, 3K, 4K, and 5K races. Complete information on the event is available at USA Track and Field website at www.usatf-niagara.org or at the Facebook page. And my other announcement is that my next community chat will be Tuesday, November 19th at the new book area in the library at 5:30 if you'd like to come and talk about any issues. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll next move on to public participation. We have two opportunities right now and again at the end of the meeting. You can participate in a couple of ways if you're here. Obviously, you can be a live time. You can call in at 340-8771, or you can log on at penfield.org. And so I'd ask, do we have anyone signed up for public participation, please?
I do. Jeff Burns.
Jeff, welcome.
Thank you, Tony. Hi, I'm Jeff Burns. I live at 39 Scarborough Park and was a recent candidate for town board. So I wanted to come down here. Tim and I both wanted to come down here in person to congratulate our Republican friends on their victory on the in the election yesterday, and also wanted to mention that first time I was here, I think at a town board meeting was about 7 or 8 years ago, and the very first time I was here, I spoke, and I thanked the town board for their public service, and I'd like to do that again. After going through an election like this, I fully appreciate all the effort that you all do, both in the election process, the work that takes, and also in terms of your service, your public service, and the time that you take out, evenings especially, and it takes time away from your families and all. I certainly appreciate all the time that you put into it and the work that you do. I also wanted to have read a statement I had here, and that's to thank everyone who supported our campaign to become town councilman, and to everyone who gave us the opportunity to share our ideas with, and who shared their ideas with us for a better Penfield. After all the effort, and even though the results weren't quite what we hoped for, running for office was still a very worthwhile experience. We saw a whole lot of Penfield and met many interesting people. We learned a lot about the issues that are really important to Penfield residents. It was our honor to offer new ideas to Penfield and to provide an alternative to single-party local government. Tim and I have been very careful to document the lessons learned from this campaign, so future campaigns will have a head start, and so the Penfield Democratic Committee can be a stronger ally for Penfield's residents, especially those when they feel they're not being heard by the town board. For those of you who would like to help make Penfield an even better place, we invite you to get involved. Follow the news, attend board meetings. We've gone to a lot of these where there really should be more people coming out to these. Join town committees, or come to a Penfield Democratic Committee meeting. We'd love to see you. Most of all, vote. This past election, only about a quarter of eligible voters came out, and we really need to do better than that. Again, I'd like to especially congratulate Andy Moore and Paula Metzler, who are our respected opponents in this past election. And as we wish them well in their new term, we also look forward to our role as the loyal opposition. Loyalty and support for the shared fundamental interests of Penfield's residents, along with the constructive opposition when there are actions we believe are detrimental. We look forward to working together with you in the future.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Murphy.
Tim, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Town Board. Tim Murphy, 48 Corral Drive. First of all, just a big thank you to everybody. I've always remembered one of the things I always told our kids is the world is made up of a lot more good people than not. And this campaign has been awesome because 99.8% of the people have been unbelievably welcoming. I mean, all the doors we walked into, all the people that offered water, asked if we had to go to the bathroom, any of those kind of things. It was really amazing. And one of my biggest fears was, you know, doing the door-to-door, and I came out the other side of it saying, holy cow, what a marvelous experience. But I also want to say thank you to everybody that's here tonight, and congratulations to everybody that won. Amy, Paula, Tony, Andy, and Jim, who's not here tonight. Well done. Thank you. A couple of things are important to me, and hopefully we can transfer it to you folks. Something I'd really like you folks to consider next year is to recognize Irene Gosson. She's 94 years old. I think she was the first woman supervisor in New York State. She was probably leading edge environmentalist. She's 94 years old, still lives on Parkview. We talked to her at the beginning of the campaign, and one of the last people we talked to at the end of the campaign for some guidance, advice, just general input. She is an amazing woman. She's still sharp as a tack. Her body's failing her a bit. But what I'd like to do, or ask you folks to do, is to find a way to recognize her. If you go back to the 70s, when times were way different, she stepped up and made an unbelievable difference, especially for our community. And if you think about the Ellison wetlands and the battles that she fought there, I mean, it's an unbelievable story. So I'd like to ask you to put that on your 2014 goals to consider something like that. Irene deserves to be recognized. A couple other things, and Jeff and I will forward this in the near term, But one of the things during our campaign that we did is we had community ideas and community input. And we posted those on our Facebook page, and we got some good feedback. And we'll compile that list, and we'd like to hand it off. So there's some things I'm sure that are known on that list, and I'm sure there's some things that are unknown. What I'd like to see government do is what we do in business, and we're challenged to do every day, is open up that conduit of communication, especially the one from the residents to the town. Again, when I started this, one of my observations was that I thought the town did a decent job of pushing information out, but I think a lot of towns, a lot of communities would benefit from opening the conduits of communication. I mean, there's everything from, you know, using these devices to maybe all the town board members regularly having community chat hours. I mean, those kind of things are out there. I think there are people, you know, that today are so befuddled and bewildered by government, and I know I'm being nice using those words, that it would be great to take that step forward and say, hey, we're here, we're out here for you, whether it's at Starbucks or Tim Hortons or whatever. But I think that would be just a great step forward. Finally, this is something that just bothers me, and I'm not talking to the town board, but I'm talking to the people of Penfield and the greater community. I said when I wrote up what I thought the biggest problem in Penfield is the same one that's in New York State and in our country. It's apathy. And maybe that's a pretty strong word for some folks, but it bothered the heck out of Jeff and I when we saw that, you know, even less than 31% of the statistic that the DNC published was the turnout in Penfield. I can't explain that. At a time when you can have the most impact in government, you know, people step back. And I don't know what that is, but I just wanted to say it, that I hope that we can reverse that trend. In countries like Switzerland, I mean, people have to vote or you get fined. I know that's extreme, but just saying that, I mean, come on, folks, we got to find a way. I mean, people need to step up, and it is voting, but it's also participating on, you know, boards, you know, finding ways to add to the community, whether it be a little league coach or a soccer coach, et cetera. It's probably the greatest opportunity and probably the biggest issue. So congratulations to y'all. Well done. Thank you very much. You know, make Penfield an even better place. Thanks. You're welcome.
Else that has signed up?
Quattro.
Thank you very much. Dan Quattro, 488 Plank Road, Webster, New York, which is in the town of Penfield, which I like to remind people of because I'm proud to be a resident of Penfield. Congratulations to the folks that won. I think that, well, I can tell you that I was honored to work with each and every one of you, not just on the campaign level, but on the governmental level, as the representative from the 15th Legislative District of the Monroe County Legislature. I know how hard it is to run a campaign. I know how hard it is to run a clean campaign with honest ideas, but it's made so much easier by the fact that we have such good government here in Penfield. So congratulations to each and every one of you. I think that, as Tim said, you know, one of the most daunting tasks in a campaign is going door to door, and I spent time doing that with Andy a bunch of days. And while it is the most daunting task, the best thing about a campaign is it gets you in touch in a very different way with the residents of your community. And I think that brings a lot of fresh ideas to the people that they elect to govern. And I think that it's incumbent upon us to act on those ideas. And I know that has happened in the past, and I know that it's going to happen again. That's one of the great things about a campaign, is it really puts us in touch, I think, as elected officials in a different way with the people in the community. The second best thing about campaigns is that they end. Especially if they end when you're on the winning side of them. But that they do end, and that we can move on to governing. And I can tell you, I was having this discussion last night with legislator Debbie Draw as we are working now on budget issues at the county level, that we're always glad to see them end, and that we can refocus the ideas that we get during a campaign on these issues that confront us at local levels, at the county level.
So that's what we're committed to as county legislators. Debbie and I are going to be focusing on protecting the taxpayers in this community at the county level. But I emerged from this particular campaign where I got to work on a daily basis with Amy and with Paula and with Andy and with Jim and with Supervisor LaFountain, more convinced than ever that this is the best represented community in Monroe County. And I have the opportunity as a leader in this party to work with towns all over the place. And this isn't to disparage the town of Greece or Hamlin or Parma or Parrington. It's to say that you guys do the best job in Monroe County. And the fruits of that labor are evident in the quality of life that we have here in Penfield. We have tremendous recreation programs. We have a tremendous quality of life for our seniors. We have a bond rating that reflects tremendous fiscal management. And that's enough campaign talk. I love living in Penfield. I really love having my business here in Penfield. And I choose to have my business here because it's a great place to work. And I love governing in Penfield as well. And I really enjoy governing with you folks. So now the campaign's over. Now we move on to budget issues. Now we move on to incorporating the ideas that we got while we were going door to door into this government. We listened. Now we're going to act. Thank you so much for the honor of working with you people. Thank you very much.
Is there anyone else that has not signed up but is in the audience that would like to address the board on any matter? Again, there's another opportunity at the end of the meeting as well. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. Additions and deletions to the agenda. Seeing none, we have the minutes of October 2nd before us. Would entertain a motion of approval for those minutes.
I'd like to move the October 2nd minutes be approved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion on those minutes. Seeing none, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Petitions. Has the board, town clerk, or town attorney received any petitions since our last meeting? Okay. Move on to resolution by function, please.
Authorize the town supervisor to sign agreement with New Horizons Computer Learning Center.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas the town of Penfield is updating all workstations from 2003 Microsoft to 2013 Microsoft. Whereas the town of Penfield has identified a need for training on the Microsoft 2013 product. Whereas all proposals were received and reviewed by various vendors. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board authorize the town supervisor to sign an agreement for training on Microsoft 2013 with New Horizons for all employees affected. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion from the board? Seeing no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. An order providing for the establishment of extension number 56 to the Penfield Consolidated Sanitary Sewer District, Parkview Drive, White Village Drive area sewer project.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas a public hearing was held on October 16th, 2013 at 7:30 p.m. prevailing time at the Town Hall here at 3100 Atlantic Avenue, Penfield, New York, to consider the petition and to hear all persons interested in the establishment of extension number 56 to the Penfield Consolidated Sanitary Sewer District, Parkview Drive, White Village Drive area sewer project. Whereas the town board did hear comments from several residents, which were answered in the said hearing, none of which were negative or substantive enough to warrant further investigation. Now therefore be it resolved that the annexed order be executed by the town supervisor and members of the town board to establish extension 56 to the Penfield Consolidated Sanitary Sewer District. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Abstain.
4 ayes, 1 abstain. Bond resolution authorizing general obligation bonds of the town of Penfield to finance sewer system capital improvements within the town, authorizing the issuance of bond anticipation notes in contemplation thereof, the expenditure of sums for such purpose, and determining other matters in connection thereof.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas the town of Penfield, extension 56 to the Penfield Consolidated Sanitary Sewer District, is a sewer extension of the town of Penfield, New York, duly established by the town board pursuant to town law. Resolved that the town board of the town of Penfield, New York, by favorite vote of not less than 2/3 of all members to the board, such as follows. I'd like to mention for the record there are 4 sections to this, and I'll just kind of summarize those. Section 1, the town of Penfield shall undertake the acquisition and construction of sewer improvements for extension 56 to the Consolidated Sanitary Sewer District. Section 2, the estimated aggregate maximum cost of said purpose, including preliminary costs and costs incidental thereto and costs of financing thereof, is estimated to be roughly $2.4 million. Section 7, the faith and credit of the town of Penfield, New York is hereby pledged for the payment of principal and interest on such bonds. In Section 8, this resolution or summary thereof shall be published in full by the town clerk of the town of Penfield. And these sections are available. This resolution is available online for review, should anybody want to review the entire resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Moore. Discussion by the board?
I'll just briefly mention, as Chair of Public Works, this is another step in the long process with our folks in the Parkview White Village area with respect to bringing them up to speed and providing sanitary sewers in that area. So thanks again to Mark DeFrancisco and his staff for their hard work. We'll have some resolutions in the future regarding this project as well as we continue on the plan.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Other discussion? Seeing none, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Abstain.
4 ayes, 1 abstain. Setting a public hearing for adoption of local law number 1 of 2013 to be known as a local law extending the moratorium and prohibition within the town of natural gas and petroleum exploration and extraction activities, underground storage of natural gas, and disposal of natural gas or petroleum extraction, exploration, and production wastes.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas the town board of the town of Penfield wishes to consider adopting proposed local law number 1 of 2013, which should extend the moratorium and prohibition within the town of Penfield of natural gas and petroleum exploration and extraction activities, underground storage of natural gas, and disposal of natural gas or petroleum extraction, exploration, and production waste. Whereas the town board is best suited to act as lead agency within the meaning of the State Environmental Quality Review Act, known as SEQR, and thus does hereby designate itself as lead agency pursuant to SEQR. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Penfield shall hold a public hearing at the Penfield Town Hall, 3100 Atlantic Avenue, the town of Penfield, on December 4th, 2013 at 7:30 p.m. on said date to consider the said proposal and to hear all persons interested on the question of the adoption of local law number 1 of 2013. Thank you.
Discussion. By way of just a little bit of background and history on this, approximately a year ago, this board held a public hearing and put a moratorium in place to give us an opportunity to work with a consultant and to take a look at all aspects of our ordinance. We recently, within the last 15 to 20 days, received that complete summary from David Schlotsky, who is our consultant. And based on the number of items identified in our ordinance that we have to take a look at, we thought that it was prudent to extend this for another year so that, in fact, we could take a look at those recommendations that Mr. Schlotsky brought forward And in order to do that requires another public hearing to extend that moratorium. So we will hear that on December 4th right here in the auditorium, and look to put that or extend that moratorium until we have the opportunity to complete that over the next year. With that, any further discussions? I think, did I capture that okay, Mr. Horowitz? All right. All right. Seeing no other discussion, then I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization to extend intermunicipal snow and ice agreement with Monroe County Department of Transportation.
Moved.
Second.
Be it resolved that the supervisor is authorized to execute a one-year extension to the snow and ice agreement between the town of Penfield and the Monroe County Department of Transportation for the 2013-2014 snow and ice season.
Okay, thank you. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization to extend snow and ice agreement with New York State Department of Transportation.
Moved.
Second.
By this resolution, the supervisor is authorized to execute a one-year extension to the snow and ice agreement between the town of Penfield and the New York State Department of Transportation for the 2015-2016 snow and ice season.
Okay, thank you. Discussion on this? Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. 2014 turf and field mowing of the town of Penfield.
Moved.
Second.
Be it resolved that the Town of Penfield Department of Public Works is authorized to advertise in the manner prescribed by law for sealed proposals to furnish the Town of Penfield with the following: a bid to perform turf and field mowing for the Town of Penfield. Be it further resolved that the 2014 mowing services covered by such sealed proposals are in accordance with the specifications prepared by the Director of Public Works and on file with the Town Clerk. The sealed proposals are to be submitted to the office of the Town Clerk until 11 a.m. local time on Tuesday, November 26, 2013, and then there be opened and read publicly.
Thank you. Discussion. Just a comment on this, similar to what we did going out for some quotes on snow and ice control. This board continues to look for ways to continue to manage cost, look at benchmarking opportunities and other items so that we can provide the best level of service to our residents. Sometimes that's us, sometimes that's a contractor, or sometimes it's a combination thereof. And this is another example of what we'll be looking at here as we get ready for the 2014 mowing season. See no further discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Update to Parks, Recreation, Facilities Fee Schedule and Cancellation Policy.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas the town of Penfield adopted an updated fee schedule and cancellation policy for parks and facilities for park lodges and open shelters. Whereas the town board has reviewed updated recommendations, now therefore be it resolved that the fee structure for enclosed lodges, open shelter, and cancellation policy be as follows. Dolomite and Harris Whalen enclosed lodges cancellation policy of $50 non-refundable, cancellations made within 60 days or less of rental date, no refund issued. Open shelter cancellation policy, open shelters fees are $10, cancellation made within 14 days or less of rental date, no fund issued. Enclosed lodges and open shelter fee rental rates adjusted for the 2014 rentals. At Channing Philbrook Park and Veterans Memorial Park open shelters, resident $22, $19 self-serve online reservation, non-residents $33, $29.70 for self-serve online reservation. Harris Whalen Park open shelter, resident $33, $29.70 self-serve online reservation, and non-residential $44, $39.60 self-serve online reservation. Dolomite Enclosed Lodge, residential weekly rate Monday through Thursday is $165, $148.50 self-serve online reservation. Non-resident weekday rate, Monday through Thursday, $275, $247.50 self-serve online reservation. Resident weekend rate, Friday and through Sunday, $220, $198 self-serve online reservation. And non-resident weekend rate, Friday through Sunday, $330 with $297 self-serve online reservation. And then resident Thanksgiving rates, $275, $247.50 for self-serve online reservation. And the non-resident holiday rate is $385, $346.50 self-serve online reservation.
Thank you. Okay, discussion. Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
All.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Thank you. This brings us to old business. Any old business to come before the board this evening? No. Seeing none. Any new business to come before the board this evening? Again, seeing none. Public participation. I'll just note that we did receive some information via Twitter from a resident regarding Penfield Road being very dark and only has some sidewalks sometimes throughout that area. And we'll make sure that we follow up with that resident in a little bit more detail so we have that information loaded into our Public Works Department. Seeing no other public at this point and seeing no other business come before the board, we'll declare this meeting of November 6th officially adjourned. Have a good evening. Thank you to PCTV.